I welcome you all for lecture session on the topic dead weight tester. So, dead weight tester is an instrument or a device which is used for the calibration of any pressure measuring instruments. It can be pressure measuring instruments can be electronic or mechanical. And this dead weight tester also is a piston cylinder type measuring device. Coming to the operation procedure, I'll explain along with the construction and the operation of this dead weight tester. So this dead weight tester apparatus consists of a chamber. This consists of a chamber which is filled with oil, with, which is filled with oil free from impurities, and a piston cylinder combination is fitted above the chamber as shown in the diagram. The top portion of the piston is attached with the platform to carry the weights, and the pressure gauge to be tested is fitted at an appropriate place. The dead weight tester is basically a pressure producing and a pressure measuring device, and it is used to calibrate pressure gauges. The following procedure is adapted for calibrating the pressure gauge. The calibration of pressure gauge means introducing an accurately known sample of pressure to the gauge under test and then observing the response of the gauge. In order to create this accurately known pressure, the following steps are followed. The valve of the apparatus is closed. A known weight is placed on the platform. Now by operating the plunger, the fluid pressure is applied to the other side of the piston until enough force is developed to lift the piston weight combination. When this happens, the piston weight combination floats freely within the cylinder between the limit stops. In this condition of equilibrium, the pressure force of fluid is balanced against the gravitational force of the weights plus the friction drag. Therefore, P is PA, that is pressure into the area, is equal to mg plus h, where m is the mass in kg, g is the acceleration due to gravity, plus F is the friction drag. So this is being given over here. PA, that is the force applied, is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity plus the frictional drag. So when you simplify this, P becomes mg plus F by A, where A is the equivalent area of the piston cylinder combination. Thus, the pressure P, which is calculated due to the weights placed on the platform, is calculated. Pressure P is calculated. After calculating P, the plunger is released. Okay. Once you have calculated P, the plunger is released. Now so you have already calculated P. Now the pressure gauge which is to be calibrated is connected over here. The same known weight which is used to calculate P is placed on the platform. Due to the weight, the piston moves downwards and exerts a pressure on the fluid. Now the valve in the apparatus is opened so that the fluid pressure P is transmitted to the gauge, which makes the gauge indicate a pressure value. So already for this weight, a pressure reading has been noted. If the pressure value shown by the gauge should be equal to the known input pressure P, just whichever we have calculated. If the gauge indicates some other value, then the gauge has to be adjusted so that it reads the value which we have measured earlier. This is how calibration of a pressure gauge is done. I believe that you are able to understand the working of a dead wire tester. The advantages of this type is that it is simple in construction and it is easy to use, and it can be used to calibrate wide range of pressure measuring devices. Applications: this can be used to calibrate all kinds of pressure gauges such as industrial pressure gauges, pressure transmitters. Limitations remains the accuracy of the dead wire tester is affected due to the friction between the piston and the cylinder and due to the uncertainty of the gravitational constant G. I believe you could able to understand the working of a dead wire tester. Thanks for watching. We'll meet in yet another lecture session. Thank you all.